Today is March 27th, 2020, and we are going to learn about the key. Now, before we get into a lot of things, we need to learn about the key, because it is a very crucial and a very important thing about my videos, about 3 of my videos so far. And in order for us to learn about the key, evidence, and I said evidence, has to be presented. And that's how you would learn about the key. Now, first and foremost, again, I would like to say thank you to those who died. And because of you, many people will see the light. And because of you, this video exists. During the time of making this video, the confirmed cases is almost 600,000, and 26,964, almost 27 deaths. And remember, this is confirmed. We do not know the rest of it, okay? So please remember, what I said is confirmed. And listen to this video and listen carefully. I always ask people to learn how to listen, because it's very important to learn how to listen. Not just to yourself, although listen to yourself sometimes is important. Listen to the person right next to you. Now, before I go into further, how many more people have to suffer? And how many more people have to die in order for anyone or anybody to listen? Today, in this video, I'm going to teach you and the world a little bit about the key. And I have mentioned that in my last video. It is about greed, but it's another form. I said another form of greed. And it is not money. Remember, I said not. It is not money. It is not gold. It is not diamond. It is not oil. It is not platinum. It is not blah, 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 blah. But it's another form of greed. Okay? And remember, learn how to listen. Open your eyes. Once you do that, the world would be even bigger than you normally see. And because of all the people that died recently, almost 27,000, because of that, the world would have to learn how to listen. Now, let me tell you something before I even go further. Scientists, experts, the WHO, the CDC, they do not know what I am about to tell you in this video. And this video is number 3. Because they are all busy doing the blame games. Okay? And I mentioned that before. And I'll say it again. It is not warfare. It is not bioterrorism. It is all of us. It is all of us, and it is what we are doing. And no, I'm not sitting here blaming anyone. It is because of this simple greed. Stop doing the blame games. Because I said that in my last video. MERS, SARS, COVID-19 will continue again and again and again and again if you don't learn how to listen, or if we don't learn how to listen. And let me tell you again and again, this answer is very easy. Yes, it is very easy. Because you contribute to this problem. Until you know what the key is, you will know right away why you are contributing to this problem. And let me tell you further than that, the answer is literally under your nose. Yes, you heard it correctly. The answer is under your nose. Now, we're going to learn a little bit about the key. And we're going to learn how it works. Okay? And let me assure you, this virus that they call COVID-19 or coronavirus is a normal virus. It is just like any other virus of the corona family. And this has been discovered since the 1960s. But here's the problem. And here's where it confuses all the experts. And you heard it here first. This is why it confuses the scientists, the experts, the WHO, and the CDC. Okay? And I will be the first person in the world to tell you so. This virus have two strains. Remember, coronavirus and others in the future will have two strains unless we know how to stop it. The second strain is the worst one of them all. The first strains, it's actually normal. That's why I've been saying that this virus is actually normal. But the second strain is actually the one that is making everybody sick. And I said it and I will say it again. It is human-made. Here is where you're going to understand further. When it gets to you inside of your body, it splits into twos. Okay? Remember that. This virus splits into twos. And everyone, like I said, is to blame. And the greediness is to blame. Let me tell you even further. The infection estimate is only 20%. Those are the ones that you see signs that is really bad. And those are the ones that's hospitalized. Only about 1%, 2% is hospitalized. While 80 to 90% of people, infected people, walking around and they have it and they don't even know it. How do I know all this? Well, guess what? Let's learn a little bit about me, okay? And no, I'm not bringing myself into this video. But in order for us to learn about the key, how I discover it, we have to learn about my journey. My journey, and I stated before, it is 10 plus years of journey. And it was not easy. But there's one thing that I will tell you. I did not know that it actually lead me to here today. And I stated in my last video, I did actually not know that it actually would lead me to make a YouTube video. If you look at my channel, before I go further, look at my channel. I was doing stupid stuff. Yes. To keep my mind occupied. That was it. But I didn't know that I actually sit here and tell you a story that it was in the making of 10 plus years. I will try to be as brief as I can, okay? Because like I stated, this is not about me. I'll say it again. This is not about me, but it is about how I made the discovery. In my last video, I said it was 10 plus years. I cried and I cried and I cried and no one hears me. Now imagine, I cried so much that when my mom passed away, yes, when my mom passed away, I could barely cry. Why? Because I had no more tears left. Imagine. Can you imagine? If your mom passed away and you have no tears to cry? Did I run out of tears? Impossible, right? Well, guess what? It did happen. I still don't have any more tears left to cry for her, to be honest. When I lay in that bed, when I lay in bed at night, okay? All I wanted just to fall asleep. During my last 10 years, 10 plus years. All I wanted just to put my head down just to sleep. But can you imagine not knowing what's hurting you, scared, and feeling hurt, just to put your head down to sleep, okay? Now, if you go, after I tell you this, go ask someone who actually have coronavirus, and you will hear the same story, what I'm about to tell you, okay? Now, here's the thing. The air, the same air that you breathe, make me suffer. While you breathe freely, I suffer. Okay? Many days and many nights, I cried. I have every right to breathe, just like everybody else. I have every right to breathe the same air, just like everybody else. And people will learn. Imagine sitting there asking for air to breathe. It's like asking for a bowl of food when you are hungry. But here's the thing. Everybody's entitled to breathe. I can't. And let me say it one more time, just one more time. Imagine begging to breathe the same air that is everyone entitled to. Walking down the street, feeling pain and cannot breathe. Imagine, put yourself in that shoes. Tell me how it feels. And if you catch this coronavirus or COVID-19 or whatever they call it, you will know exactly what I am talking about. The question is, do I deserve the same thing as everybody else? I think I do. Everybody deserves the air to breathe. Don't you think? Here's the thing. For the last 10 plus years, I seek no gold, diamonds, silver, money, platinums, or any of that nature, but just air to breathe. And you can see in my last videos, okay? They calling me all sorts of names. 10 plus years. 10 plus years. They call me all sorts of names. I have a thick skin now. Just to let you know that one. Okay? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Listen to this video and listen to it carefully. Who is crazy now? That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay? Now before I reveal the key, we need to know what it is, and we need to learn what it is. I mentioned in my last video, weather play a big role, and I'll capitalize that. A big role in COVID-19. It has to be over 65 degrees. Okay? But here's another problem. When you catch it, if the temperature is below 65, you cough more than normal. Okay? Your body goes in even worse than normal. But here's a problem, and I'll tell you again. If the weather goes over 72 degrees, you will have a hard time breathing. Yes, please remember that. If you are a researcher and you actually listening to this video, let me tell you one thing. The weather or the temperature plays the biggest role in this dilemma. 65 degrees and no more than 72 degrees. Okay? So if you're in the hospital and any of those temperature, blah, 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 or you're laying somewhere around there like that, you will learn from 65 to 72. Okay? I mentioned that. Also in my last video, I talked about social distancing. I also mentioned 3 to 6 feet will not work. It will not work. We need at least 18 to 24 feet. Unless, and I said unless, something's actually blocking it. Okay? Because when a person sneezes, and research into this, okay? Take a moment and research into this. An estimate of a person, and no, this is not mine, okay? No, I did not come up with this. Just research into it. This is just an average of studies, okay? They said about 100,000 droplets. But here's the thing, if you just take 10% of that, that's 10,000 droplets. How many people around you can you infect? And here's another thing. They said contagious germs that is in the air, it can travel up to 100 miles an hour. Wrong. Let me repeat that again. Just take 10%, that's 10,000 droplets. And it can travel in the air up to 100 miles per hour. This is according to their study. What I am telling you now, COVID-19, wrong. Remember my last video. If you don't, I will always link anything to do with the video up here, up top here. On your right hand side, there's an eye there. Okay? I tell you, it travels faster than the bullet because it's due to weight. Okay? Because of gravity. And it can travel 1.6 miles per second. That means if someone sneezes and you at 24 feet, it takes less than a millisecond to reach to you. Yes. Why do you think the infection spread so fast? Now, these are the same germs. These are the same things that what they called a virus or viruses, flu, respiratory problems, common cold. They are just the same. Okay? But because they have two strains, it enters the body. When it enters the body, the COVID-19 have two strains. When it enters the body, it sends the wrong signal to the body. Yes, you heard it correctly. While the virus, the first strain, just infect your immune system. Your immune system started to defend itself. But the second strain is what is getting a lot of people. And they don't know that. And I will be the first one in the world will tell you that there are two strains on COVID-19. Okay? Please remember that. That's how much I know. Now, furthermore, anyone with respiratory health issues will be the number one downfall. Okay? Because it's two strains. The first strain, again, it's just a normal cold. And that's why I said 80 to 90% of people would just feel the first one. It's the second strains that attack the immune system, that it sends the wrong signal to the immune system, that it caused the people to sick, and the people who have respiratory problems, people who have asthma, people have pulmonary disease, they call it COPD, chronic respiratory problems, chronic bronchitis, heart disease, hypertension, emphysema, lung cancer, blah, 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 blah. Those are the ones that actually will have a harder time because the second strain is what making them sick. Even more than is the first strain. Now imagine, you got the first strain, the second strain actually go even further. Okay? And that's what it is. Because the immune system doesn't know what it is. The immune system got the wrong signal. So it flooded. Here's what it does. And yes, I will tell you again. I will tell you even more. Here's what it does. It flooded with mucus. It flooded with the mucus and it flooded the body with it. It takes all of the water and it will go all over the place. So the more you drink, the worse you will get. But here's the thing, when you go into the hospital, the first thing they do is add what? Yeah, salt water. They call it saline into your body. Yeah. I will get a little bit further into that one. So it actually makes it harder for you to breathe. And when it makes it harder for you to breathe, what happened? What happened? Your air is limited. You will get no energy when you have no air. You will become fatigued because you got no air. Now, you are going to be like me. You are going to beg for the air, the same air that people are breathing. Can you imagine? When you get the COVID-19, you are going to be just like me, begging for air to breathe. Yes. Did you listen about earlier? I told you. 10 plus years and I am begging for air to breathe. Well, guess what? When you have COVID-19, when COVID-19 enter your body, you will be doing the same thing that I will be doing. Begging for the same air that everybody's entitled to. And you cannot breathe because of it. Yeah. Can you imagine? 10 plus years of suffering. That's how much I know. And that's how much it does. Furthermore, a little bit about me. I am a nobody. I live in a small town. But I am able to come up with all of these information. And I come up with these information more than the CDC, more than the WHO, and more than what the so-called expert. Yeah. Can you imagine? Check furthermore. Got curious even more? Go into my channel. The things that I do. Go check the channels. Some of the things I do, people take years to learn how to do. Why it take me seconds to do it. Yeah. Curious? Go into my channel. Check into the videos. Some are stupid as hell, and I totally understand that. And I totally agreed with that 100%. Even more than that. Although 100% is the highest, right? I even do 200%. Because like I stated before, I started the channel, this channel of mine, to keep my mind occupied. And if you noticed, for the last 3 years, I am very active. Why? Because my mother passed away 3+ years ago. So because my mother passed 3+ years ago, I have a lot of time now. Because before that, like I told you, I spent a lot of times figuring a lot of things out. I don't even know where I was going, to be honest. I didn't even know where this channel was going, to be honest. So, just a little bit about me. And that just a little bit about me. Let's move on. Let's talk about the key. This key, I am telling you, it is very evil. Okay? It will provoke you. It will irritate you. It will make you anger. Okay? It will create chaos. It will have a large effect on the mental health. And it's all caused by the second strain of COVID-19. And yes, if you are an expert right now, you need to learn how to listen. Because you are looking at the wrong place. The second strain, it is horrible. I can tell you that. And here's what it caused. Number 1 will be headaches. Number 2 will be backaches, beside other things. Okay? It also causes insomnia, concentration, hypersensitivities, arrhythmia, shortness of breath, fatigues. And here's another thing. If you are falling into all those categories when you are infected, the hospital, yes, and I said it again and I will repeat one more time, the hospital will be the last place you want to be in. And no, I am not talking about people. I am not talking about the doctors. I give them all the credits in the world to do this, to be honestly, because they're probably going to be stronger than I am. Yes, they are going to be great people, and they're probably going to be stronger than I am. And please, do not get me wrong. But I am telling you, no one will understand what I am going to tell you is that hospital is the worst place when you have COVID-19. Yes. Because while you have your cold and your fever, if the hospital does not know this information, the hospital cannot go over 72 degrees. Starting about 70 degrees, you are in trouble. Just let you know that. If they turn on the heat and it's hot, you will suffer even more. Yes. But here's the problem. All the patient will think it is normal because they do not know this. Here's the thing. Imagine the heat can actually save you. But at the same time, it can be your enemy. Yes. That's why you see a lot of ventilators. Hello. Hello. Everybody's talking about ventilators because they cannot breathe. Because from 65 to about 70, they don't know this information. They go anything over 60, 72 degrees, we're in trouble. So because they don't know this, those people laying in bed over there thinking everything is normal while they're suffering, they don't know that the temperature from 65 to about 70 is all they can take. Yes, you heard it correctly, and I will be the first person in the world, and if you are an expert, and if you are listening right now, you need to get into the research. And yes, I know the answer. I will tell you that much. Do I have a coronavirus right now? Someone just told me, did I get a COVID-19? No, I never had it. But how do I know all the symptoms? Huh? How do I know? It's because of my 10 plus years. Because of 10 plus years of suffering, I was able to put 2 and 2 together. And yes, if you are an expert, okay? If you are an expert, learn how to listen. Because these videos will be so important. And remember what I said, the key. This key will save a lot of people, but you have to learn how to listen. But if not, this is what's going to happen. Mental health, because of all the death, because of all the unknown, they are not sure. It's going to create mental health. Even the people who do not have it, it's going to create them. It's going to make them suffer. Okay? Agitation, anger, irritation, provoking, chaos gonna come out to play. And yes, you heard it correctly, and you heard it here first. Okay? And no. I am not predicting the future. I am not telling you anything like that. I am only telling you of my last 10 plus years of journey. And no, I am telling you what lies ahead and what we will face again and again and again and again. MERS, SARS, COVID, etc., 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 etc. will be added again. And it will spread like wildfire again if we don't know how to listen, or if we don't learn how to listen. Listen. It is very important to learn how to listen. Because guess what? Does this sound like a fiction to you? Does it sound like a movie or a book even? I can probably direct a movie. I can probably write a book if I sit down long enough. Right? I haven't even thought of that yet. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because of me suffering all these years, it is all worth it to make into the video that I didn't know. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Now it becomes worth it. Because there has to be a lot of studies about this. A lot of studies. So that way, people will learn how the second strain actually killing people. It is not the first strain, but it is the second strain that killing a lot of people. And the second strain is what spread so fast and so quick. And like I stated, and I'll state it one more time, we are all responsible. We all contribute to the spread. And like I stated in my last video, even in my last video, I said even if you are not sick, you will contribute to this. Yes. It is our own greediness. It is our own greed. I stated that last time and I'll state it one more time. It is our own greed that give the COVID-19 the free ride. I can't say anything quick. I can't say anything more than that. That's why it spread so quickly. And that's why it moved so fast. And yes, I gave a lot of clues. If you sit and analyze this, this is not a normal video. And if you are an expert, and if you know somebody, please get in contact with me. I will open your eyes and I will open your ears. Because there is something more than this. And let me say it one more time before I go. We need to put a lot of research into this. And I have the key. I have the key for you. And no, and I will repeat it one more time. There is no agenda. There is no biowarfare. There is no bioterrorism. But it is our own doing. And again, I will say it again. God is not involved. For anyone who believes in God, I will tell you again, yes, I believe in a God. But I don't believe in human-made God. Okay? But if you believe in human-made God or any God, it is he or she or it is totally not involved. It is all human-made. Please remember this, okay? And please remember this key. And I heed my warning in the last video. Look at the infection now. In my last video, there were 330,000 worldwide infections. And that's confirmed, okay? Please remember, confirmed. There are about 80,000, 80% that's probably walking around and infected and don't even know it. And that's why I said you have to learn how to pay attention. Because, like I stated before, breathing and sneezing and everything alone is already contributing to it. But what's contributing to further than that is that the second strain. And that's what people don't know. And that's why I said, if you are an expert, learn how to listen. Get in contact with me. And I will open your ears and your eyes. And the world will be a lot better place if you learn how to listen. Contact me. I will do it for free. My 10 plus years, but here's the thing, you have to learn how to listen or else people will be suffering. There will be more. By the end of this week, by the end of this month, probably another 400,000, we will reach 1 million, just like I said in my last video, easily. And it will continue on and on and on and on. The next time we face it again, it will continue on and on and on. Unless you learn how to listen. And like I said, and I'll say it one more time, I hold the key. And it's right in front of your screen right now. And yes, it is literally right under your nose. Okay?